have a real preference?
Man, not really. I just want to get out there and compete every play. Anytime I get a chance to get on the field, no matter what position I'm trying to work, get out there.
Do you kind of view yourself as a little bit of a utility guy, a guy that can do a lot of different things when needed?
I try to be, man. I just go out there and try to perform once again. No matter what I'm doing, from punt return. If you want me to go back and catch punts, I'll do it. But, I'm just, trying to get out here and play.
What do you feel like you're more comfortable at, Sam or Will, right now?
Oh, man, it's tough to say. He can throw me in anyway. We go over film a lot, without coaches, by ourselves. We just, talk every position out, make sure everybody knows what's going on.
I think you're keeping all your spots on special teams, aren't you? You're not giving those up.
Oh, no, man, never. That's where I started. That's where I'm gonna finish on all the special teams, too.
Just how valuable to your team that you're now going to play a bigger role in defense. Now you've got a special team role, right? Defense teams, what do you think are valuable to this team?
Oh, man. Shoot, I mean, it's hard to say. I think everybody's valuable on this team. From the guy that like me that's on all the special teams and playing defense to the guys on scout team getting us ready for the game on Saturday.
You've been primarily a special teams guy heading into this year. The new staff coming in, how much of an opportunity did you see this for you to kind of start being able to improve yourself?
Coach Jones, I love him, man. He came in, he made sure everybody knew everybody had a clean slate no matter who you were, no matter what you did last year. Just gave us the motivation to come out here and work and get the play.
Do you ever think where you might be on the depth chart if there hadn't been a coaching change?
Man, I try not to think about that. Actually I don't. I'm just out here, happy for the opportunity to come out here and play. Happy I got my chance to get out there.
These coaches have said a lot of things publicly complimentary of you. Are you aware of that? Do you hear those sorts of things? What do you think?
No, not really. I really don't too much pay attention to it. But I get a lot of people telling me about text messages, phone calls telling me about the coaches bragging on me. I just take it as more motivation to come out here and work.
On the other side, Dontavis, Coach Jones with that microphone, he calls out guys, doesn't have any problem telling guys when they're doing something wrong. As players, do you guys notice that when other guys are getting called out and you're just glad it's not you, or?
No, I mean it's not a matter of glad it's not you. It's a matter of helping these guys come along that he's calling out. Motivating these guys to do better. You pretty much don't want your name called, so you pretty much got to come out here and work.
What do you think your strengths are as a linebacker? You kind of started out here as a safety. What do you think your strengths are on the second level of defense?
Pretty much whatever they need to be. I mean, I really can't say. I don't know.
You don't know what you're good at?
Everything you ask me. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm bad at anything. If I felt like I didn't do too good at it one day, I'm gonna come out here and work the next day. Correct it on film and get the things right that I messed up.
How do you think everybody handled jumping right into the scrimmage setting, coming out of flex today? I know Coach Jones has done a lot of different competitive things the last couple of days, but today was his holler, just play football and start playing. How do you think the team handled that?
I think we handled it well. We needed that to get practice going. Get the blood pumping a little more. It's always good to get out there and compete, especially early. Everybody was still fresh. We were just trying to get after one another. Friendly competition, a little trash talking, not too much though. It's all for the better.
What's the biggest difference in you as a player now versus maybe going into last season? What's the biggest way that you've grown?
I think I've grown a lot more in my leadership role. Holding guys accountable, making sure everything is right on the defense and on special teams.
Is it easier to lead when you're kind of atop the depth chart and have a bigger role in defense, or does it make a difference?
I mean, it makes it easier, but it shouldn't make a difference. The guys want to listen to the guys who are doing the right things. If you're trying to tell somebody to do something, but you're doing the wrong things on and off the field, then it's hard for you to tell anybody anything.
You talked about the clean slate with this new staff. I imagine the coaches talked to everybody heading into the off season. What did they say to you that kind of pumped you up and got you to the way you performed this spring?
When Coach Jones came, it was just a whole different demeanor about him. If you see him, he's always walking with a bounce. He always look like he's just amped up and ready to do something. I think there's something wrong with him. But I love him to death though. But he said everybody has a clean slate. He brought in the best coaching staff for this program in the country. And he pretty much gave everybody a clean slate. Everybody had equal opportunity to come out here and do what they needed to do to get done.
What did you know about him before he got hired?
I knew he was at Cincinnati, you know, and I remember Cincinnati coming down. But I also remember after that loss, I remember seeing Cincinnati, you know, in the bowl games, you know, saying they had won 7 games in a row after losing to Tennessee. That just showed me the type of team and the type of program he ran at Cincinnati. You know, to come down here and lose a big game like that and go back up and get his team back on the right track to come back and win some more games.
What was your reaction when you saw the stats, some of the defensive stats that this unit produced at Cincinnati? You know, finished second in the country in sacks 2 years ago, things like that.
You know, it's exciting. You know, it's exciting because I believe that could be us. You know, I feel like we got all the talent in the world on defense and offense. We just got to get out there, get everything down, communicate, and play.
I know you talked about a little bit at the luncheon about how you were thinking about you want to keep doing this when you weren't playing as much. How close did that come? How frustrating did you get earlier in your career because of the lack of playing?
You know, it was frustrating, but you know, it was just a thought. You know, it wasn't even like it didn't even get to the point. You know, where I had to go talk to coaches. You know, I sat down with some of the players and some of my teammates. You know, that's who we're around. I'm around all day, every day. These are pretty much my family members. You know, I'm around them more than I am my brother and my dad. But you know, I sat down and talked to them about it. You know, they were just telling me, you know, the thing that I'm at Tennessee. You know, there's no other program better in the country than Tennessee. They were just, you know, where are you gonna go? Where you gonna have it like you have it at Tennessee? You know, I thought about it, and you know, it was like we doing it for each other. You know, it's all about us on this team and the players. You know, without the players, you know, it pretty much wouldn't be at Tennessee. So, you know, it came down to that. You know, and I decided to go back to work.
When was it that happened? That you were most frustrated? Was this last year, the year before? Or
you know, let me see. When can I quite remember? I think it was maybe last year. Yeah, like going into last year. You know, it was just tough. You know, but I said, like I said before, I sat down with some of my teammates. You know, we talked about it. You know, weighed it out. And Tennessee is the best place you can be in the country.
Was a lot of that because you were behind Herm? Sorry. Because you just knew the role and where you stood?
Yeah, I mean, everybody has a role on this team. You know, I wanted mine to be bigger, as everybody should, you know. But, you know, I still went out and performed those special teams like I was supposed to. You know, whenever my name got called to go on D, I was out. You know, I was out there, you know, trying to bring the most production ever to the team.
You said you never talked to the coaches about it, just talked to the players. But when you were thinking this, when you're having this frustrating feelings, were you thinking, I need to transfer, or is it just I need to give up playing football entirely, or what was going through your mind?
You know, it was just, you know, is football really for me? You know, we sat down and talked about it, and they was just telling me that, you know, Herman Lazarus was a great football player. You know, he's still around. I see him all the time. You know, that's like my brother. But you know, Herman was a great linebacker. You know, playing behind him, they would just explain that playing behind somebody, a great linebacker, doesn't mean that you're subpar to anybody. You know, if it's somebody better, you just got to come out and not work. Show the coaches why you should be playing.
What players were the most helpful in that in terms of advice? 2 more questions.
You know, Kurt Majid, you know, AJ Johnson, you know, those guys are like my brothers. You know, we do everything together. Actually, we live together now. And, you know, those guys, you know, taught me through it. And Herman also. And, you know, we got through it.
What has Coach Thigpen meant to you?
Man, Coach Thigpen, man, Coach Thig is a great guy, man. You know, he knows football. If he doesn't know anything else, he knows about, you know, the football and schemes. You know, he's taught me so much, you know, football and who's supposed to be where and why they're supposed to be there. You know, and you know, Coach Thig, great football coach. That's all I can say.
But Coach Blair's talk about his personality, his sense of humor so much.
Oh man, like I said, he's a funny guy. But you know, he a joking clown around with you, but when it's football time, you know he's serious. It's all locked in. But you know, outside of that, outside of meetings and outside of off the field, you know, we like friends, you know. But and that's how I feel like that's how it's supposed to be with the coaches. You know, you can talk to them about anything. You know, we can laugh and joke with them about stuff that we have going on in college. You know, and he's always right there.